Hey, Inuki here. If you'd like more CoH games, show your support on Twitch or join the Discord. Now Jenkins, introduce the commanders please.
Absolutely, Vivi. Let's see what sort of kettle of fish we've got this time around.
I'm not Vivi.
On the Allied front, sporting the Queen's very own colour, red, we have Oliver. An audacious rank 178 fellow from the British forces, he's taken up residence in the south, known single-handedly to have captured a German post with nothing more than a twig, a chalky biscuit, and sheer British stiff upper lippiness. Joining him and fresh from a hankering for jelly donuts and deep-fried butter, we have DemoHammer, quite the moniker.
My God.
This US Forces commander, at rank 36, paints the map purple from his post in the south. Famous for his clever innovations, he once rerouted an entire enemy infantry with a hastily erected sign declaring a hot dog sale down a dead end. Turning our gaze to their opponents, we find ourselves eyeing the Axis commanders. SKT, a teal-clad rank 169 Africa Corps commander, has a rat-like cunning, known to have slyly swapped our Weetabix supplies with a batch of bratwurst.
No!
Needless to say, breakfast was rather interesting that day. Last, but rarely least, wearing blue as if born in it, we spy the mysterious commander. A Wehrmacht operator at rank 118, he once pulled off the ghastly act of replacing all our tea with a knockoff brand. If that doesn't curdle your milk, I don't know what will. On the grim battlefields of Operation Eindhoven, we can expect a royal rumble between these commanders. Raise a cuppa as we cheer on the Allies.
Oh, I got a cuppa for you. That was a great introduction, but my Weetabix. I'm not chomping on any bratwurst sausages. And it's not off-brand tea either. Whew. Okay, well, Operation Eindhoven. Welcome. This map is kind of... Besides, like, the ruins, it's just kind of vacant. Like, what landmarks can you really say is in this map besides those ruins? It's just roads and barely fields. Nonetheless, the Allies and the Axis forces are going to be fighting over this territory today, and a lot of the action is occurring in the middle. Heavy cover on both sides. MG-42 putting the hurt on to the Allies.
We have infantry available in reserve, Commander.
Seems like Oliver spotted a flank incoming there and decided to reposition their Australian Defence Light Infantry onto the road. Yeah, it's not it's not full of cover there, sadly. They could make their own cover though, if they'd be willing to do so. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is, I think, the awesome part of the map. This is the feature. This looks great. I love this area. But everywhere else is just kind of like, it's a hill with some defenses. Fields, roads, roads dividing fields, fields dividing roads, more roads that lead to fields. Nice little cap there, by the way, from the Axis. Didn't cut off too much territory, and not for long. Allies out here in force. We do have the Australian Defence Battle Group picked, as you saw. We also got the Italian Combined Arms. And just checking in on our other commanders, Mechanized Battle Group, and the Armoured Battle Group. Seems like maybe there is a vehicular focus in 2v2. Judging by the two games, this will be the second one that I'm casting so far. 2v2 is not something that I'm overly familiar with, by the way. I do mostly play 1v1. Mainly probably because I don't have a friend. But hey, everyone in Company of Heroes 3 is my friend. Everyone I battle, I like to pretend my life with them. My life for ire, as they might say. Just slugging it out in the open road here. There are some bushes you could take In fact, there's quite a lot of bushes that you could take. I do believe they provide light cover. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. Not too familiar with this map, but I'm pretty sure they do. They look like any other bush. Getting nice and close into the sappers there. They're very decimated.
Starting requisition of light support elements.
Not much fighting over the ruins. Allies hold on to that.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Kettenkrad still darting around. Great job.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
Doing good work, Kettenkrad. I'm hearing explosions now. I think that was possibly a mine. It couldn't have been a mine. Surely that was way too large of an explosive sound.
Research complete. Superior support weapons are available. We have lost control over victory
Nice
point.
tea. Oh, it's so relaxing these mornings. Let's do more morning casts.
Our victory point is being neutralized by
Wow,
the
where are you going? Our unknown mysterious commander, almost walking right up to the Allied base, finds a Humber. Now they've got to do a long run back. Fortunately, though, there are lots of infantry that maybe the Humber will get distracted on. Double flamethrowers. Not going to do too much against the Humber, but you could try cooking the soldiers inside. I do wonder how effective flamethrowers are in reality, like scorching the engine. Because it's one of those mechanics in Men of War that I've wondered about. You can actually take out tanks by putting the engine on fire. And I imagine, based on cars, that doing that would ruin the engine. You know, for example, like this Humber, if you just put a flamethrower on the back of it, how long would it take to knock it out if it did? These are the things that we need to know. And I don't think Jenkins will be too helpful here. Jenkins, do you have any idea if you could knock out a tank with a flamethrower by pouring flames onto the engine? It would be nice to know, thank you. I mean, good luck on this one. Jenkins is not designed to answer these kind of complex questions. Oh, he's just going to mention the Queen, isn't he?
Ah, well, let me tell you. I wouldn't want to be the chap at the sharp end of that stick. In theory, one could superheat the engine until the fuel ignites, or the heat could possibly cause a mechanical breakdown. That said, it's a tough row to hoe. Tank engines were a hardy bunch, much like our Queen, who I hear can assemble a fighter plane from bits of scrap metal within the span of a commercial break. But love a duck. I have seen stranger things in war.
Well, okay. If we go from Jenkins's answer, then yeah, it can be done, and you know, the fuel would ignite. I guess that rings true. We think.
We're losing grasp on the victory point.
Victory points currently favoring the Axis. 336 for the Allies, and it's ticking down.
Victory point lost.
Yeah, the BAR upgrades now for the rifle as well. That should help a lot with the infantry battles that are to come. We have the MG42 still sitting and watching in the middle, and I think the dual rifleman squad are just going to walk straight into it. We do have a flank, though, and that is a bad time to unset the machine gun up. Oh, it's such a good timing. Great flank. Fantastic flank on that MG. That's how you do it. Could not see a better timing than that from Demolition Hammer. It felt like they almost knew exactly the moment that their opponent, this mysterious commander, would react and unsettle their machine gun. So they didn't stop. No pause in their advance. Slightly a predictive grenade there, but it's going to be a full-on retreat. Humbers at the back, looking to pick off some squads. Doing a bit of mark, but we have a pack here. Second shot, if only it hit. If only there was a Panzerfaust. That's why we need those grenadiers. Smoke's deployed. Great use of smoke. I don't think people use smoke enough, and yet smoke is just kind of like always there on so many things.
A munitions point is being taken from us.
Oliver currently just trying to sit on this munitions point with 3 Australian light infantry squads. They don't mind the flames. They'll happily... All 3 squads take fire damage. The ones at the back, though, didn't get as scorched. MG manages to suppress all 3 squads. We've got double Jaegers out here as well to try and deal with the Humbers with their anti-tank rifle. We have a Scot here. Awesome. Love the Scot. I think it's trying to find out where that MG is. If we can deal with that, be great. Double packs here as well. Now there is an opportunity to come around here and use these bushes as a line of sight blocker, and you can fire over the bush with the Scot. I think the Scot is a fantastic one on this map for doing it, based on my current experience of this map, which is mostly this cast now. I think I've casted like a couple of matches on here before, actually, but like I say, it's been a while. Nice and pleasant to be back casting, doing a lot more casts now. If you want to join on the Twitch for these live streams, go ahead and do so. You can actually become a caster as well. You can join in on the cast without even having to say a word. It's brilliant. If that doesn't pique your interest, I don't know what will. Scott doing a nice bit of work there. Double Scott. Okay, this is the first time I'm seeing that. Usually one's enough. I'm all full. Grenadiers sent back to whence they came. Panzer Grenadiers, what is your plan? Yes.
The enemy has 300 points.
Big grouping of light infantry here, trying to protect the 6-pounder. It is absolute chaos. Humbers on the left, Scots on the right. 6-pounders and Australian light infantry in the middle. That's hard for the Axis to try and puncture as they're sent back to their base en masse. They don't seem to have too much going for them at the moment. These Panzer Grenadiers, I don't feel like they've been pulling enough weight. Checking in with Oliver and SKT. We got the vehicle over repair in there. I don't see that too much. I think it's kind of really hard to see. I don't know if there's an indicator of when they're over repaired. I remember when doing the battle group video for it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of a cool idea. I wonder how much it kind of protects you. And generally speaking, I think like one medium tank shot, I would say, is a rough kind of guesstimate. So it's pretty decent. Especially for these light vehicles. Like, if you can tank one extra shot from a pack or something, that's definitely going to help you escape. So I think these are over-repaired, because you can see the symbol on them, the green icon. And they are being driven around like buggies at the moment. Smoke's down. Oh, the rifle's taking a huge bundle grenade. Absolutely bungled. We got a Panzer IV out here as well. Allies holding on to 3 victory points. The Axis have to do something. There is an AT gun here that's worth picking up, maybe. Just because you don't want your enemy to have it. Wow, that was a hell of a shot from that Panzer IV. Ripping half the health off of that light infantry squad. Axis do need to get hold of some of these goddamn victory points. I see one squad, one Pioneer squad heading to the southern victory point. Just gotta keep testing. Test where your enemy is not. Aha! The convoy! Finally, it's appearing. I love this. This is so cool. So, a long time ago, I had an idea for doing a mod for Company of Heroes. Hopefully I'll get a chance to explain this whilst our teams are just kind of skirmishing. But I really like the idea of, like, every point almost working like this, where trucks are always coming in. Like, they'll just drive to all these points, and then you'll see people load up the resources from the cache, and then they'll drive off. So it's just kind of like this, but for every point, and that's just how you accumulate resources. So every kind of resource can be potentially tampered with. It would create a lot of confusion on the maps, though, so there is that. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun idea to try. Same goes with medical tents as well. Like, you put a medical tent down, you collect a bunch of wounded, and then a medic truck comes in, puts all the guys in the back of the truck, and then drives off, and then you get manpower back. Or a new squad, depends on what you select. Anywho, back to the battle in hand. Oh. Panzerjägers coming in from the side. But it's 2 Humbers, 1 infantry squad. Not great odds, and having to run through 2 squads of rifle bars. Oh, what a snipe from the Pak-38 there. You know what? A Panzerjäger for a Humber, maybe not too bad. Maybe not too bad. So much explosions from the M8 Scott there. Rifle squad going too far forward, meets that MG42 covering the rear lines. It's nice to have a sort of second line of defense. That's exactly what these M8 Scots are for. Arc firing. Beautiful position from Demolition Hammer there.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Seems like our mysterious commander... I feel like they're struggling to get something effective on the field. The Panzer IV is great,
Proximity alarm near our munitions
but it's not doing too much work.
All victory points are under enemy control. We must act.
And again, the Allies are in total control of the victory points. The Axis need to find something that they can pick off and destroy. Not just a Humber, something more significant. And I think a Scott would be quite a valuable target to destroy, because it'll allow for the Pak-40s and the MG42 to be more effective. And I dread to think what kind of nightmares will be around the corner for the Axis to deal with as the Allies get into the later stage games and bring out some armored. Oh no, we're definitely going to see some armor. We do have the Panther tank production up here for Mysterious Commander. But their armored vehicles are going to struggle against the AT guns, I think. Panther has decent armor from the front, though. We'll just have to see how it fares. Hopefully one will be brought out into the field. I love seeing the Panther.
Our enemy has the upper hand. We have 300 points.
So many AT guns. M1s and 6-pounders side by side. There's definitely no chance that a Panther can just hold up in the middle. And they're not fast tanks either. I can't see it really darting around from left to right. And, you know, for what purpose? Like, it's not going to do too much to infantry. Not with the amount of infantry on the field. We've got an M3 Grant out here for Oliver now as well. Hey, Shih Tzu, you want to be a caster? Welcome aboard. I can pop you in. Ta-da! I give you a British voice as well. Allows me to drink tea. Oh, nice and quiet, a bit more peaceful. Just the sounds of the Scott explosions and not the light arms fire.
A victory point is being taken from us.
Not going to be grabbing onto those victory points for very long, it seems. Hey, armored response. Panzer IV H's.
Sorry, just trying maybe another time.
Yeah, no problem. It's really early for me. Like, I should have been doing this last night, and I was like, I had like I know a few people that were going to join me for the casting thing. And now I have to do this at 9 o'clock in the morning because I'm going to be busy later.
We have lost control over victory point.
My god, the explosions. Now we do have a bit of an Axis victory on the left side of the map. That's something. They can get a hold of that victory point. We'll see if the Allies respond to that. Nope, Demolition Hammer is not going to go over to the left-hand side. I thought that might be kind of a fairly easy one to do. Just got to look out for that MG, that's it. But we can scatter out our infantry, approach from different directions, and, you know, keep hold of that victory point right now. They just have the one victory point in the middle that have been sat on. Panzer Grenadiers trying to run through the castle ruins. And met with extreme force. Panzer IVs getting their shots in. Ooh, that M3 Lee. Or M3 Grant. The double turrets firing. Just everything. Everything's coming across from the Allies. Getting the AT guns over here because they know the Panzers prowling around the area. And the Allies are just not going to let it happen. Oh, wow. What a shot onto that pack. Scots to respond. Very, very lucky that the Pack 40 got out there. Another Pack 40 is going to move up.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Not going to get anything there. Oliver now moving over to the left-hand side to recover that victory point. They've succeeded on that. I mean, considering how dominant that the Allies have been so far, the points are even, which is surprising. Maybe the Allies could have been slightly quicker on recovering these lost victory points. Maybe not. Who am I to judge? No model losses on that Panzer Pioneer squad. Tough bunch they be. There we go. The second, third, and fourth shot. Doing huge damage. Definitely see that Panther being a lot more valuable now. It's just going to be microing it. I do think, though, that if the Axis are able to take out some of those AT guns, it's going to be smooth sailing. I'm wondering what else we're going to see from SKT at the moment. We don't have any Strafeman, no Semivente. Just the Bersiglieri. Now, strafing run, I think, would be fantastic, but got to keep eyes on the AT guns, and I don't think infantry gets that far. So it's more going to be a case of, like, when the AT guns fire, that's when you could bring down a strafing run. And I think if they're firing, both Demolition Hammer and Oliver are going to be paying attention. These are high-ranked players. They'll see that strafing run coming, and they'll move out of the way. But whilst they're moving, they're not firing. Would that be enough time for the Axis to do something?
Victory point under enemy control.
Those AT guns going a bit too far up there. Beautiful positioning of the Panzer IVs. It's a very awkward shot for those AT guns to try and get. What brave Panzer Grenadiers these be. Under so much fire. Oh, friendly fire. Hell of a good retreat getting the Scots to fire on their own rifleman squad. I can't believe it. And that might actually cause the squad to... Oh, no. Out of range. Damn. Nature of war at times. Oh, we lost the Grant. Say hello to my tiger friend. This is what we want. Tiger very important here. 6-pounders bouncing shots off from the front. Now, I can't remember if the Panther has more frontal armor than a Tiger. And it's because the armor on the Panther was sloped. Tiger just gonna back away. Could do with some minor patch-up repairs. Keep it as combat ready as you can be. More supplies leaving the field, fueling the allies. That Tiger needs infantry in front of it, and the infantry at the moment seem to be mostly at home and elsewhere.
Commandant, you have available command
Movement on the right. Scott's taking a look. Takes a shot. Right in the middle of the squad. Just peppering the area. Why would you move into that? Our mysterious commander works in mysterious ways. Oh, nice little putting the foot on the brake pedal there for the Panzer IV. Didn't get shot on the side. Not that the Scott would have done much damage, but hey, it's a cool dodge nonetheless. Now we got an archer out here. This is going to put a dent in that Tiger. Light infantry moving up, I think, to try and get some vision. Oh, damn. Tiger shot on a mine. Archer moves forward. Doesn't have the vision. Is the Grant gonna try and get the vision? Tiger is playing it very, very safe. Yeah, no reason why you can't just bring the Tiger back. Look at the damage that Archer did. Yeah, bring the Tiger back. Try and lure them into those AT guns. AT guns, if you lose them, not so bad. Meanwhile, Demolition Hammer and our mysterious commander are battling it out over the southern victory point really hard. This is huge. It's infantry versus Scots. In what world does this make sense? Love the spacing out of the infantry, but they are getting a lot of just wounds before they manage to get anywhere with it. The Panzer IVs, though, brought into the action. Getting hit from multiple angles. That's a long shot. Yeah, the poor Panzer Grenadiers, as they're just running along here, it's great, I guess. Maybe. But they're getting beat up before they can actually do anything effective. And then the Panzer IVs come in and they just get hit by the AT guns from every angle. Nevertheless, though, they kept the fighting inside the ruins and not over the victory point, so they hold on to that VP, which is pretty good. That's important. That's eyes on the prize. Hell of a slugfest at the moment. Oliver pinned on the point, or suppressed on the point. Just trying to get more infantry in there to secure it. 2 victory points for the Allies now. Tiger tank taking a look. And an M8 Scott. It would have been nice to finish it off, but not at the risk of losing the Tiger. The Archer is on Overwatch. I think the Allies are kind of struggling a little bit now. Sure, they got the 2 VPs. But I don't think it would take too much work for the Axis just to swing that the other way and get 2 VPs themselves. Seems our mysterious commander is holding on to this southern point. If he starts helping, or even better, starts being able to push through this area with another assault, and this time it doesn't look like the Scots are ready for it. Mysterious commander is slowly, over the course of multiple battles, moving through this area. And that's going to be a problem for Oliver, should that happen. One Scot did get destroyed. We see its ruins, or joining the ruins, actually. It's now a part of the ruins. AT gun was also lost. No wonder Mysterious Commander is able to get their way in and establish, I think, a small little base. Oh, we're going to lose a Panzer IV, though, to the Easy 8s. It's one down, but it's a 1-for-1 trade, and that works out better for the Panzer IVs. I don't think this second one's going to get away, though. The Scot taking out the AT gun teams. Almost. Huge loss there for Mysterious Commander. In the meantime, Axis have managed to capture the central victory point. It's 2 for them. 208 tickets to go. But how much have they lost in this battle? I think I see a Panther being produced now. Panther and a Tiger side by side. I like the sound of that.
Enemy count at 200 points. We have received the Stück D. We have lost control over victory point.
There it is. Beautiful Panther. We also have a repair vehicle. Oh my god, we're gonna steal some Panzer IVs. Yeah, baby. That's Actong as hell. Oh, the ruins blocking the shots. Poor Scot. I'm gonna say the Scots have been doing excellent work throughout this entire game. I always liked the Scot. Always. Like, as soon as Company of Heroes released, I liked it. And some people, I feel like, just didn't see the value of it. I think it was one of those units where people said, like, why the hell would I ever get this? And it's like, well, because it can do so many cool things. It can fire on the move. It's a really safe mortar. You know, if you like mortars, M8 Scot is a really safe one. I don't feel like the Tiger has done too much at the moment. It's managed to get itself a Vet 1 at least. Does the Tiger need to actually do anything to be imposing and threatening, though? Just sit on the field and be kind of a unit that says, don't go near me. As we'll see. Yeah, don't go near me. Stay away. Two archers. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. We got war on all fronts now. Australian Light Infantry, Vet 3 over here. 2 Stugs. Now, I do have a question. How effective are the Stugs against archers? AT guns, I think, just firing on infantry on the point. Oh, the Tiger's moving up, and I don't think this is going to be great, but the Axis have got to do something at the moment. Archer's looking to get some side shots in. On to the Stugs, in fact. We are missing half of the battle, though, because there was stuff going off down here. We've got a medical half-track here as well. Keeping those AT guns healthy and present. Here we go. I'm not sure why, but it's just a strafe that managed to level up one of the archer tanks. Delivering promotional bullets, I guess.
25 points remain.
Oh no, my tea got cold. Okay, I gotta get a thermal mug. I really gotta get one. I had a thermal mug, but it broke. It makes tea, like, so warm for so long. I need it. I need it. I need more tea. Like the Axis need more Tiger tanks. It's a real struggle here. Everyone missing their shots. That veterancy didn't come in handy after all. Axis hold on to the central victory point. Oh, they've only got 18 tickets left. I think we need more infantry on the point. You know, Oliver does have a decent amount of infantry. They're just struggling to get there with that Tiger looking at it. Did we ever steal that Panzer IV? I don't think we did.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Vet 3 on the repair vehicle. I don't know if it's going to be able to get away here. Yeah. What the heck? The Brumbar struggling to fire at the right target there. Yeah, get yourself some repairs. You've earned it. Vet 3. You know what? Like, the repair speed on that is great. Oh, we lose the Scott, though, as it's flaming in reverse. Oliver has inched up more and more onto this victory point, so I think they're going to be able to secure this now, and that could close the game out. They're being very aggressive with these archers, and I think they should just honestly go for it with a little bit of infantry power. Got a Vesp out here as well. Rocket artillery, here we go. Love seeing this fire. Could it get the AT guns in here as well? They definitely don't know where the AT guns are. Tiger versus Archer matchup. Tiger loses sight. What's important, though, is just getting this victory point. There we go. The Allies have 2 victory points now. They are ticking down. 17. The clock is on. The ball is in the Axis court. But that ball is quite possibly just a load of stick grenades. And they gotta toss it. Sticky on the Tiger. The Archers force back ever so slightly, but they're still... Look, their range is massive. It's going to take a lot to push them off. The Axis know that they have to do something, though. So it is one final, potentially final, push just to make something happen. I think, unfortunately, all of their efforts on that point means that they're going to lose this area. Quite possibly, I would say, as a bit of analysis, that the Axis could have worked together slightly more. For a long time there, Mysterious Commander was just on the right-hand side of the map, whilst SKT was sat in the middle. Maybe they could have weaved in those Panzers. Get those Panzer IVs going on the other side of the map, trying to do something, get a good flank in. Combined arms, forced together, strike together. It's a defeat for the Axis. Congratulations on our allied commanders who are winning all the games today. Look at that flaming Tiger wreckage. Cool. Very cool.
Hey, Vivi here. I edit and upload the videos here on Ironcast. If you want to see Inuki cast more, then like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, come along to the Discord, do anything to let them know. Inuki would love to cast more if you'd like to see more.